Hello guys, in this video I am going to give you a tabular form where all the reagents are available for functional group conversion during the heterogeneous catalytic hydrogenation. So let us first consider the alkyne. So if you want to convert an alkyne into the corresponding cis-alkene, then you have to apply either of these two catalytic systems. The first one is the famous Lindlar's catalyst, which basically involves the use of palladium as the catalyst in presence of lead acetate as the deactivator and quinoline, and the support for this catalyst is basically calcium carbonate. So calcium carbonate is inactive, palladium is the catalyst, lead acetate is the deactivator, which is also known as the modification 1, and quinoline is also deactivator, which is known as the modification 2. So this catalytic system is known as Lindlar's catalyst. So here this lead acetate basically blocks the active center of the palladium metal and thereby inhibiting further reduction of the alkene, which is reduced from the alkyne. And here you have to also remember one thing, that the chemical adsorption of an alkyne happens in a much faster rate than the alkene. This is due to the rich pi electronic cloud present in the alkyne system, which is not in case of alkene system, and that's why the deactivator plays the crucial role during this catalytic hydrogenation using Lindlar's catalyst. Another Lindlar's catalyst-like system is palladium in presence of quinoline, and here the support is barium sulfate. So barium sulfate is chemically inert, it is basically acting as the support, and the catalyst is palladium. And here the modification 1 is quinoline, the presence of quinoline. So it is also blocking the palladium site and thereby inhibiting further reduction of the alkene, which is produced from alkyne. So using either of these two, you can easily convert an alkyne into the corresponding cis-alkene. Now let us consider the second case where you are interested to transform an alkyne into the corresponding alkane. So here no deactivation is required. You can use or exploit the full potential of a heterogeneous hydrogenation catalyst. So you can use either of these three catalysts, which are palladium on activated charcoal, platinum oxide, or Raney nickel. These three are very famous for hydrogenation process where selectivity is not required. So Raney nickel basically prepared from an alloy of nickel and aluminium, where the percentage of this metal is 50%. So if you take this particular alloy and you heat this alloy in presence of 20% sodium hydroxide in 100 degree centigrade temperature, then what will happen? This aluminium will be dissolved via the reaction with sodium hydroxide, and this nickel will remain as a finely divided metal. So the main difference in Raney nickel is that the surface area is very high in case of Raney nickel due to its porous nature, and due to that reason its activity is very high compared to other nickel catalyst, and that's why Raney nickel is very famous for catalytic hydrogenation process. And after you eliminate the aluminium from the alloy, you have to wash this nickel solid, which you will get after the removal of aluminium is complete. You have to wash this with distilled water and then with ethanol, and then you have to store this under ethanol at low temperature, and you can use it later. And one more thing, any metal oxide like platinum oxide or palladium oxide, you can easily get this from their corresponding chloride. So if you fuse platinic acid, which is H2PtCl6, with sodium nitrate, you will eventually get the platinum oxide. And in case of palladium oxide also, if you fuse palladium chloride with sodium nitrate, you will get palladium oxide. The fusion is carried out in very high temperature. So this is the preparation of the oxides of transition metals for catalytic hydrogenation. One more thing is that the reduction of alkyne into the cis alkene requires very mild reaction condition. Also, the reduction of alkyne into the corresponding alkane is also required very mild reaction conditions, since the activity of these catalysts are very good. Then, if you want to convert an alkene into the corresponding alkane, you can use the previous catalysts, which are palladium on activated charcoal, platinum oxide, or Raney nickel. Here also the condition will be very mild, that is very low temperature or in room temperature, and the atmospheric pressure of the hydrogen gas will be within 1 to 5 atm. So mild means basically room temperature and 1 to 5 atmospheric pressure of the hydrogen gas, which we are using during the reaction. So now if you want to reduce a aromatic system into the corresponding hydrogenated alkane, then you have to use these catalysts, which are rhodium supported on alumina, platinum oxide, or Raney nickel. So these two, the rhodium in alumina and platinum oxide, these two catalysts are used in acidic condition, and the temperature is low and the atmospheric pressure of the hydrogen is also low in this case. But in case of Raney nickel, we can use the catalyst in neutral condition. However, harsh reaction condition is required, that is high temperature and high pressure of the hydrogen gas. In the same way, if you want to convert a heteroaromatic compound, in this case I have shown a pyridine derivative, and if you want to convert it into the corresponding hydrogenated version, then you have to use either platinum oxide or rhodium on activated charcoal, where acidic condition must be used and the reaction will be going on in very mild reaction conditions. But in case of Raney nickel, harsh reaction condition is applied. If you want to convert an aldehyde or a ketone into the corresponding alcohols, then you have to use either of these three catalysts, which are platinum oxide, palladium on charcoal, and Raney nickel. Here also the reaction conditions will be very mild, room temperature, and very less atmospheric pressure of the hydrogen gas. If you want to perform a hydrogenolysis reaction, so hydrogenation and hydrogenolysis are two different reactions. So here basically what is happening, this bond is breaking, and that's why the term lysis, and this X is basically replaced by a hydrogen atom, and that's why these type of reactions are called hydrogenolysis. So if you want to perform this type of hydrogenolysis on a carbon halogen bond, then you can use either palladium carbon, that is palladium on activated charcoal, or palladium on barium sulfate. No need for any deactivator like quinoline or any other deactivator, and you can also use Raney nickel. So these three catalysts you can easily use, and the reaction conditions are very mild, but basic condition is used during the reaction. That is, you have to either use any potassium hydroxide base or sodium hydroxide base. In case of acidic reaction conditions, you have to use mainly acetic acid, and in some cases HCl is used. If you want to transfer a nitro group into the corresponding amine, or a azide or an azide group into the corresponding amine, then you can use these three catalysts. platinum oxide, Raney nickel, or palladium on activated charcoal. In all these three cases, very mild reaction conditions are required. If you want to convert an oxime-like functional group into the corresponding hydrogenated form, or a nitrile into the corresponding amine, then you can use these four catalysts, which are platinum oxide, palladium on activated charcoal, Raney nickel, or Raney cobalt. Raney cobalt is also prepared in the same way as Raney nickel is prepared. The reaction conditions are very mild for all the catalysts. If you want to convert a carboxylic acid or a ester functional group into the corresponding alcohol, then you have to use either a ruthenium catalyst or copper chromite. This is copper chromite. Its stoichiometry is basically undetermined, so it is represented as CuCrO or Cu2Cr2O5. In both these catalytic conditions, the Hertz reaction conditions are basically applied. In the same way, you can transfer an amide into the corresponding amine by using the same catalyst, that is the ruthenium or copper chromite. And the last example is, if you want to convert a ketone like this, where an aromatic group is attached with the ketone functional group, and you want to convert to this into the corresponding alkane form, that is, you want to remove this oxygen by you want to displace this oxygen by two hydrogen atoms. Here also this type of reactions is called hydrogenolysis. Since this oxygen is no more in the product molecule, that is the carbon oxygen bond breaking is involved, and that's why the lysis term is actually applied here. So these type of reactions can be carried out by palladium carbon, that is palladium on activated charcoal, in very mild reaction conditions. And if you want to perform any benzylic cleavage like this, if you want to perform this type of hydrogenolysis, also halides if you want to transform all these compounds into the corresponding hydrogenolized form, then palladium catalysts are found to be excellent for this type of transformation. So you can either use palladium on activated charcoal or palladium in any other support, depending on the requirement for that particular transformation. And reaction conditions are also very mild for this particular transformation. So this is it. So this table or this chart you can use, and if you remember this chart, then it will be very easy for you guys to answer the questions which will appear in several competitive exams. So that's it. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video.